Gold has been one of the most coveted resources in human history, shaping economies, building empires, and fueling global power dynamics for centuries. Even today, in our highly connected global economy, this precious metal remains as influential as ever. But imagine a scenario where one of the world's major gold-producing countries decides to stop exporting this valuable resource altogether. Sounds like fiction, right? Well, it's happening in reality, and it's making waves in the world economy. Welcome back to My Planet Updates. As we continue, please don't forget to show us your support by subscribing to this channel. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the leader of Burkina Faso, has issued a groundbreaking order: ban all gold exports. But why would a country with such immense gold reserves take such a drastic measure? What does Traoré aim to achieve? And more importantly, what does this bold move mean for Burkina Faso's future, Africa, and the world economy? To fully understand this decision, we need to dive deep into the historical and economic context that led to Traoré's unprecedented choice. A nation rich in gold, but trapped in poverty, Burkina Faso is one of the world's leading gold producers, yet, paradoxically, it remains one of the poorest nations on earth. For decades, the country's vast gold reserves have been exploited by foreign corporations, leaving only a small fraction of the wealth behind. Western nations, in particular, have profited immensely from Burkina Faso's natural resources. Gold mining companies from Europe, North America, and even Russia have been operating in Burkina Faso for years, extracting massive quantities of gold, which they then export to their home countries. The profits generated by these operations rarely benefit the local population. Instead, they contribute to foreign economies, leaving Burkina Faso struggling with poverty and underdevelopment. For Captain Ibrahim Traoré, this system of economic exploitation is nothing short of a modern-day colonial legacy. Despite gaining independence from France in 1960, Burkina Faso's wealth has continued to flow into the hands of foreign powers. Traoré has now decided it's time to put an end to this imbalance. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Traoré's audacious decision, banning gold exports since assuming power in 2022. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has been on a mission to reclaim Burkina Faso's economic independence. His boldest move came in 2024 when he announced a total ban on gold exports. That's right, no gold mined in Burkina Faso will leave the country under his leadership. This wasn't a hasty or reactionary decision. It was a carefully calculated strategy to take back control of the nation's gold reserves and ensure that the wealth generated from this resource stays within Burkina Faso. Traoré wants to ensure that gold profits directly benefit his people, not foreign corporations or powers. But Traoré didn't stop at banning gold exports. He went even further by revoking the mining permits of all foreign companies operating in the country. This includes not just Western firms, but also Russian mining companies. Essentially, Burkina Faso is reclaiming total control of its gold resources. As you can imagine, this decision has sent shockwaves through the global gold market. Companies like B2 Gold, Nord Gold, Endeavour Mining, and others have been directly affected. For years, these firms have made substantial profits by extracting and exporting Burkina Faso's gold, but Traoré's actions have thrown their operations into disarray. Many of these companies, along with Western governments, have expressed outrage and concern over the potential disruption to global gold supplies. But for Traoré, the concerns of foreign powers come second to the welfare of his people and his vision for Burkina Faso's future. Building allies for economic independence. Traoré understood that such a radical move would face stiff resistance. That's why he carefully built a coalition of influential allies both within Burkina Faso and across the region. By aligning himself with nationalists, economic reformists, and even some foreign nations sympathetic to his cause, Traoré has strengthened his position. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. His administration has also worked to create national economic policies that will support the shift towards keeping Burkina Faso's gold within its borders. This includes fostering economic self-reliance and reducing the country's dependence on foreign aid and investments. Why now? Let's take a look at Burkina Faso's economic history. One of the driving forces behind Traoré's decision is his frustration with Burkina Faso's economic trajectory. Despite having the third largest gold reserves in Africa, the country has remained stuck in a cycle of poverty. Each year, between 10 to 30 tons of gold are extracted from Burkina Faso's mines, but only a small fraction of the profits stay within the country. Most of the gold is exported to Europe and North America, where it enriches foreign economies. Traoré has publicly questioned why his country's gold should fuel the wealth of others while his own people remain in poverty. His answer: it shouldn't. Traoré's discontent is also rooted in Burkina Faso's colonial past. For years, France, the country's former colonial ruler, maintained a tight grip on Burkina Faso's economy, including its mining sector. French companies were given preferential access to Burkina Faso's gold, and the country's exports were sold at prices far below market value. On top of this, Burkina Faso's currency, the CFA franc, is pegged to the euro, making it difficult for the country to compete in the global market. This arrangement is another colonial-era relic that has stifled Burkina Faso's potential gold earnings. A vision for financial sovereignty, gold-backed currency. So, what's the endgame for Traoré's gold export ban? The answer lies in a grander vision for economic sovereignty. In August 2024, Traoré inaugurated Burkina Faso's first treasury deposits bank in Ouagadougou, a key part of his strategy to achieve financial independence. This bank will serve as a public financial institution designed to provide banking services to citizens across the country, from the cities to the rural villages. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. But more importantly, Traoré plans to use Burkina Faso's gold reserves to back a new national currency. By doing so, he aims to break free from the CFA franc, which has long tied Burkina Faso's economy to France and the euro. A gold-backed currency would provide Burkina Faso with a stable economic foundation, reducing inflation and boosting investor confidence. Strengthening the mining sector. To support his vision of a self-sufficient economy, Traoré's government has also implemented reforms to clean up and better regulate the mining sector. In July 2023, Burkina Faso updated its mining code, introducing new regulations that create a more transparent and structured industry. One of the key elements of these reforms is the creation of a national gold reserve, which mining companies are now required to contribute to. This ensures that Burkina Faso retains a portion of the gold extracted within its borders, further strengthening its economic independence. Traoré has also moved to curb illegal gold exports, which have long plagued the country. In recent years, Burkina Faso has lost substantial amounts of gold through fraudulent means, with much of the proceeds ending up in the hands of terrorist organizations operating in the region. By suspending gold exports, Traoré hopes to cut off a major source of funding for these groups. Global repercussions. How will the world respond? Traoré's decision has not gone unnoticed by the international community. Western nations, whose economies have benefited from Burkina Faso's gold, are already feeling the impact. Gold markets have been disrupted, and the flow of this valuable resource has slowed significantly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. But Traoré remains undeterred. For him, the potential rewards of reclaiming Burkina Faso's wealth far outweigh the risks. His actions have sparked a broader conversation across Africa, where other nations are beginning to rethink their own economic strategies. A new era for Africa? The beginning of economic revolution. Countries like Uganda, Nigeria, Tanzania, and Madagascar are taking note of Traoré's bold move. These nations, which also possess significant natural resources, are starting to explore ways to reduce their reliance on foreign currencies and protect their own wealth. Could this be the beginning of an African economic renaissance? Traoré's actions suggest that it's possible. By reclaiming control of their resources, African nations may be able to break free from centuries of exploitation and achieve true economic independence. What's next for Burkina Faso? As Burkina Faso moves forward with its gold-backed currency and other economic reforms, the world will be watching closely. The country's success or failure could set a precedent for other resource-rich but economically poor nations. What do you think? Is Traoré's vision a bold step toward economic freedom, or is it a risky gamble in a world dominated by foreign interests? Should more African nations follow in Burkina Faso's footsteps and take control of their resources? Join the conversation by leaving your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates on Africa's changing political and economic landscape. Let's continue to explore how nations like Burkina Faso are reshaping their futures in the face of global challenges.